Now we saw the elevation of Chinnamma as Amma or as the party's general secretary. But when it comes to Sasikala Natarajan being sworn in as the state's chief minister, of course there are several hurdles and also big mistakes that Sasikala seemed to have made. Take a look at some of the big mistakes that we are talking about. First of all, failed to explain secrecy around Jayalalitha's death. There were several questions that were raised around Amma's death, and this of course led to a failure in public perception. She also failed to make Amma's will public. This is being viewed as an encroacher. The fact that she and her family are now staying in Poe's Garden, allowing the Manargudi clan to crowd around Jayalalitha's casket. It showed the return of her tainted family, which had been kept at a distance while Amma was alive. Also, she seems to be too impatient to be crowned as chief minister, which literally made O. Paneerselvam the victim in public eye. Some reports suggesting that perhaps she was asked by priests to try and expedite the process. An underestimated popularity of O. Paneerselvam among cadre, public. This fanned a revolt in party amongst the old guards, amongst loyalists. O. Paneerselvam considered affable, soft-speaking, but little did Sasikala know that after his visit to Jayalalitha's memorial, there would be this uprising within the AIADMK.
So while Sasikala was trying to make up for those mistakes made early on, she was trying to play catch-up. Paneerselvam was playing chief minister for all of today. He donned that role after days of criticism that in the midst of this power struggle, it was governance, it were the people of Tamil Nadu who were suffering. So all of today, he refrained from making any political statement and took a series of steps, right from holding meetings to issuing press releases that only aimed to show he was the man in the saddle and was serious about playing CM.
It was a little after 1 p.m. this afternoon that O. Paneerselvam reached the Tamil Nadu Secretariat in the Fort St. George area of Chennai. He had first invoked divine help with prayers at his residence, prepping himself for his first visit to the nerve center of the Tamil Nadu government since he was, as he claims, forced to tender his resignation. OPS was armed with a long list of things to do.
O. Paneerselvam will be making a lot of decisions today. Some of them in the list is one is about Veda Nilayam being made into a government memorial for Jayalalitha, and then other things that will be discussed is one of the main contentions that many of them have been raising is about how there's no administration happening at the government side, and hence O. Paneerselvam will be trying to rectify that and also send out a strong message that this is not a small game, but he's having everything under control.
It was exactly 5 days ago that the Sasikala camp had loaded nearly 120 MLAs on buses and whisked them away at resorts and other hostels. Those taken away included ministers, and this left a governance vacuum in Chennai. With most ministers away, there were no files moving, and administration is at a complete standstill.
Instead of shedding crocodile tears, tell her to release the MLAs. Let them go back to their respective constituencies. Let them think calmly and then make a decision. We'll see what happens then.
There was also much speculation with DMK working president Stalin visiting the secretariat just before Paneerselvam. But Stalin left before the acting CM reached and steered clear of any comment on DMK's role in the ongoing AIADMK power tussle.
As far as politics goes, the AIADMK and DMK are enemies. Tamil Nadu is in a political crisis. Tamil Nadu is gripped by a number of problems, and indifferent to all of these, all Paneerselvam cares about is being elected the next chief minister. We will use all our powers to urge the governor to exercise his authority and reinstate a government in Tamil Nadu.
What is working for O. Paneerselvam is his go-getter image. As a working chief minister of Tamil Nadu, he's proved his mettle by handling some of the very volatile subjects like Cyclone Varda, Jallikattu, and even the Kaveri water crisis. And also in his favor are the swelling ground support in every passing day. But what really matters at the end of the day is the numbers and the flow. And unfortunately, right now, O. Paneerselvam does not have the golden number. With camera person Prakash from Chennai, this is Akshaya Nath for India Today.
So if O. Selvam was today sitting in the Secretariat for several hours, holding meetings, conveying the impression that he is a man who's working for the people, the usually and the so far distant, reclusive V.K. Sasikala also became very, very affable on her way to the Golden Bay Resort, even stopping at a little hamlet, meeting the people over there, seeing Jayalalitha's picture and distributing chocolates to the children present. So which one of these two is going to be the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu eventually? Again, the ball is squarely back in the court of the governor. The Attorney General has suggested that a composite floor test be ordered. A window of 1 week has been given. When will the governor finally give time to both of these people to prove their majority?
More than a week and counting, no end in sight to Tamil Nadu's big stalemate. Pressure now is mounting on the state governor to act. Several petitions have been filed in court seeking immediate swearing in. Even BJP leader Subramanian Swamy has decided to move the apex court.
So there is no constitutional crisis, there is only a constitutional breakdown in the sense that there is no contending view. He has to give an oath. He's not giving the oath. That's what I mean by breakdown.
Swamy also alleged pressure on the governor by union ministers, shifting focus once again to the role of the central government in the political crisis.
There is no central government stand. There may be some central ministers who have taken undue interest. This is a matter for which the governor and the president are directly involved. If anything is referred to us, we will give an opinion. No, how can I name them when I'm not verified? I'll have to talk to them first and find out whether they're involved.
Meanwhile, former Attorney General Soli Sorabji, the man who has been advising the state governor, also expressed concerns over possible horse trading. Even former Solicitor General Mohan Parasiran threw his weight behind Sorabji.
The governor can't wait indefinitely. He can defer the swearing in. He can't decline swearing in because then the horse trading goes on and various complications arise. So, suppose judgment is not given. Supreme Court is also very busy. Suppose, I think it will be given. My feeling is, my understanding is that it will be given possibly by Tuesday, Wednesday. If it's not given, then of course he has to, the House has to be summoned. Floor test has to be taken and the majority to be proved.
So far, actually, nobody knows whether they are going to really pronounce the judgment next week, assuming they don't pronounce. Should the governor wait in eternity? This is actually not in consonance with the constitutional spirit, no? And with the anti-defection laws in place.
Meanwhile,
well, tomorrow is going to be a very important and you bet a very, very busy day for the city of Chennai. People will be waiting with bated breath for two things. The verdict on the DA case in the Supreme Court at 10:30 and second, what time is given by the governor for a composite floor test. And you'll hear everything, the first updates regarding that right here on India Today from our entire team. Thanks very much for having tuned in. Up next is India First with Gaurav.